Welcome to Star Chat, the podcast that explores the wonders of the universe and brings you the latest news from the world of space exploration. We've got a fascinating story to kick off our show, straight from the cutting edge of satellite technology. Imagine being able to extend the life of a satellite in orbit, or even refuel it, rather than having to launch a brand new one every time its mission is over. That's exactly what's happening with the latest development in space servicing. The U.S. Space Force has just launched a new satellite called the Mission Robotic Vehicle, or MRV, which is equipped with advanced robotic arms and tools that can perform all sorts of tasks, from simple maintenance to complex repairs. This technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we operate in space, making it possible to keep our satellites running for longer and reducing the amount of waste in orbit. The MRV is the result of a collaboration between the Space Force, Northrop Grumman, and the Naval Research Laboratory, and it's been designed to be highly adaptable and flexible. It can perform a range of tasks, from adding new propulsion systems to existing satellites to removing debris from orbit. And with its advanced robotic arms, it can even perform delicate operations that would be impossible for a human to do. But what is really exciting about this technology is the potential for it to enable a whole new era of space exploration and development. Imagine being able to establish a network of servicing satellites in orbit, each one capable of refueling and repairing others, creating a kind of pit-stop system for spacecraft. It's a game-changer for the industry, and it could have major implications for everything from satellite communications to deep space missions. We'll be exploring this story in more detail later in the show. But for now, let's just say that the future of space servicing is looking bright. And with companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin also working on their own satellite servicing technologies, it's an exciting time to be following the world of space news. We'll be right back with more fascinating space news on Star Chat. Welcome back to Star Chat. We're diving into the world of space exploration and commercial partnerships. You might have heard about NASA's recent agreement with Blue Origin to conduct second-stage hot fire testing for the New Glenn rocket at the Stennis Space Center in Mississippi. This partnership is a significant step towards advancing rocket development for future missions to the Moon under the Artemis program. The testing, set to begin this fall, will utilize the B-2 test stand, which has a rich history of testing rocket stages for Moon missions dating back to the 1960s. NASA will provide technical support, equipment, and expertise to prepare the stand for the New Glenn rocket's second stage testing. The rocket's second stage is powered by two BE-3 engines, generating 200,000 pounds of thrust in vacuum. This collaboration between NASA and Blue Origin highlights the importance of commercial partnerships in achieving the national goal of landing American astronauts on the Moon and building a sustainable lunar presence. As NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman stated, supporting Blue Origin at NASA's Stennis Space Center puts world-class American infrastructure to work, advancing the capabilities needed to return astronauts to the Moon, establish a sustained lunar presence, and prepare for Mars. The Artemis program is gaining momentum, with plans to launch missions that will land on the Moon using Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket. The company's CEO, Dave Limp, expressed pride in partnering with NASA to build on their shared commitment to returning America to the Moon. As we continue to explore the vastness of space, partnerships like this one will play a crucial role in driving innovation and advancing our understanding of the universe. Welcome back to Star Chat. We've got a lot of exciting news from the world of space exploration to cover in our final segment today. Let's start with some updates on SpaceX's Starship program. Unfortunately, the company had to scrub a recent launch attempt due to issues with the booster's engines. However, they are not giving up yet, and the next launch window is scheduled for this Friday. This will be the 13th full-scale test flight of Starship, and it's going to be a big one. The company plans to fly the ship halfway around the world to a controlled splashdown in the Indian Ocean. In other news, China has successfully launched one of its Long March 3B rockets, despite a dramatic lightning strike during liftoff. The rocket continued on its mission to deploy a Tianlian data relay satellite, which will provide critical support for the country's Tiangong space station. This just goes to show that even in the face of unexpected challenges, space agencies and private companies around the world are pushing forward with their missions. Meanwhile, NASA is making progress on its Artemis III mission, which aims to send humans back to the moon by 2025. The stacking of the Space Launch System rocket is currently underway at Kennedy Space Center, and the agency is on track to complete the initial stacking by the end of the year. This is a major milestone in the development of the SLS rocket, and it brings us one step closer to returning humans to the lunar surface. Finally, let's take a look at some upcoming launches. SpaceX has several Starlink missions scheduled for the next few days, including launches from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. And of course, we'll be keeping a close eye on the Starship program as it continues to push the boundaries of space technology. That's all for today's Star Chat. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember to keep looking up at the stars.